What's going on, you guys? This is Cook Vegetables back in here with yet another podcast for everybody. How's everybody doing, man? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, fantastic, wonderful, wherever you happen to be in this beautiful world. The title of today's podcast is going to be How Sons of God Are Held to a High Standard, but Protected in Equal Measure. On this earthly plane, there is a small remnant of men that are chosen by the Most High God to do His bidding. These men are usually kind-hearted, really creative, have a strong sense of justice, generous, authentic, and thoughtful. The lives of this rather small group of men manifest certain key consistencies, regardless of where they were born or where they currently live. One such consistency is that most sons of God come into the world without a clue of who and what we actually are. We all noticed at some point in our lives that the world seemed to detest us for no real discernible reason. We always seemed to get ganged up on by everyone else in each group setting. If we joined a group where everyone collectively did something bad or evil, we ended up being singled out for the harshest repercussions. Trying to date worldly women always ended in disaster and devastating heartbreak, no matter how hard we tried to make the relationships work. Wherever we went, there was always someone, man or woman, or maybe even both, just spoiling to pick a fight with us upon no real provocation. In short, brothers, you know and I know, we never fit into this world, and the harder we tried to fit in, the more egregious the backlash was. Although enduring the pain caused by the ignorance that is characteristics of the early lives of most men of God is miserable, it serves an indispensable purpose for your development. The pain caused by such unrelenting adversity usually compounds to such an unimaginable level that it provokes us to go searching for answers. You start looking up things like what to do when she backs away at the tail end of yet another tumultuous, hot and cold relationship, to eventually discover that babe, quote unquote, is actually a Delilah demon. Or perhaps you look up problems with my 9 to 5 after getting unfairly fired from yet another mundane day job that you were just using to pay your bills, only to eventually learn about smear campaigns, gang stalking, gaslighting, and the rest of the narcissistic demonic playbook. Although it may have seemed like you were going to die while in the midst of some of these terrible experiences, you will eventually become grateful for the gems of priceless wisdom you gain through the process when you come out the other side. God allows the upfront pain that we endure as His young sons to serve as an education of sorts. The old cliché, experience is the best teacher, is absolutely true. And our God is one who loves to teach us through comprehensive and sometimes excruciating experience. In addition to the knowledge you will gain through all these trials, is a beautiful refinement of your character. You will become a wise, discerning, strong-minded, intuitive, strategic, stoic spiritual warrior while maintaining your kindness, generosity, and all the other sweet characteristics that light up this world. At this point, you are now ready to be used in the world by the Most High God. God might put you in a company as a C-level executive to show others that not all powerful men are arrogant, sexually corrupt bullies. You may be entrusted with vast wealth to reinvest into your community and foster the growth and expansion of godly nuclear families who own small businesses. Perhaps you might become a famous writer who is tasked with spreading the gospel to others in a way that is easy to understand as they draw nigh unto the Most High God. When you are elevated to the status of purified or refined Son of God, you will have to play life by a new set of rules. As a son of the Most High God, it is likely that you were never able to get away with worldly things for extended periods of time, like some of the others around you. Now that you have been put through the refining fire, the rules that govern your life will become even more strict. Let's go through some of them. First, you can no longer have sexual relationships with anyone who isn't your lawfully wedded, dutiful wife. And yes, this means no girlfriend, no casual hookups or any of that rubbish. Next, masturbation is completely out of the question. Not even edging is allowed. Next, you cannot engage in frivolous, ego-based arguments with unawakened people. They'll just drain your energy. Next, you cannot overeat or eat a steady diet of toxic, delicious-tasting poisons from the Western Standard Diet. Next, you can no longer harbor any resentment in your heart and must strive to forgive daily. Next, you can no longer go out to party, smoke, and get drunk. Next, you must be slow to anger. And lastly, you must remain humble, grateful, and completely submitted to God, regardless of how successful you become. Now, although the standards that God sets for his sons are extremely high, he balances those expectations by giving you a heavy dose of both provision and protection. He knows that it isn't easy on this plane to maintain these high standards. After all, we are spirit beings in a fleshly body which wants to default towards sin. If you abide by the laws of the Heavenly Father and show the fruits of the Spirit, he will set up a table of abundance in the presence of your enemies, and your cup will overflow. In addition, he knows that a whole bunch of your fellow humans are walking around carrying inner darkness and soul wounds that will make them want to attack you for a bunch of made-up reasons, to be quite frank. The more you submit your ways unto God and honor him first, the more incredible the backfire will be on the people who dare come up against you. As that verse in the Bible tells us, submit therefore thyself unto God, resist the devil, and he or she will be forced to flee from you. Keep marching onwards and shining your light, sons of God. The world needs you. Till next time, brothers, Godspeed, and remain blessed. Brother Cooked.